Hi, welcome to Yoga for Beginners. My name's Nicola Park. In this session, we're going to use our postures and our breathing to help us to build a little bit of extra focus. Okay, let's start by coming to lie down on our backs on our mats. So make your way down onto your mat. Keeping the soles of the feet on the floor and the knees bent. We're going to start by paying some attention to our breathing. So it could be really nice to bring your hands to rest on your tummy. And then that way you'll be able to feel the tummy rising as you inhale, sinking back down again as you exhale. And you can just gently close your eyes if that helps. Helps you to start to tune into the sensations going on. As you breathe, fill your body and let it empty again. As we're lying here, just focusing in on the breath. And we're trying to breathe in and out through the nose as much as we can if possible. All the inhales and all the exhales through the nose, if the nose is nice and clear. And we're taking these few moments to check around the body, see what's going on in the body just now. We're just letting go of any unnecessary tension. Just let it seep down into the floor. Just noticing that sensation of your feet touching the ground. What can you feel through the feet? Can you feel the temperature of the mat? Can you feel the texture of the surface underneath the soles of the feet? And then noticing the other surfaces of your body touching the floor. Lower back, shoulder blades, back of the skull. So noticing that connection down to the floor. Having a little scan around the body to see if there's anything that you need to be gentle with. Anything that you want to bear in mind during our practice. Just noticing how the breathing's becoming a little steadier. Maybe bringing a little bit more length into the breaths. So each inhale takes a little bit longer to complete. Each exhale nice and slow too. We're just letting the shoulders and the collarbones relax. And the tops of the arms just sinking down towards the floor. Even relaxing all of the muscles in the face and around the eyes, the jaw, forehead and scalp. we're just going to have a couple more breaths there. Just feeling that nice pressure of the floor against the back of the body. And then we're just going to gently start to bring a wee bit of movement into the body. So maybe the hands and the fingers can move, toes, maybe rotate the wrists a couple of times in each direction. Same with the ankles. And then just bringing the knees up towards the chest. So we get that first little hug in of the legs towards the body. And we can even have a little rock from side to side, just to get that nice feeling, relaxing against the floor. I'm just noticing how your back's feeling tonight. Noticing how the floor can help to make it feel that bit more relaxed. Lovely, right, let's start to work a wee bit through the hip flexors. We're just coming back to being nice and still. Keep the left knee in towards your body, but let the right leg stretch down towards the end of the mat and let the heel come down and rest on the floor. So your right leg's nice and heavy, extended there on the floor. And that just allows that left leg to get a nice stretch. So you feel those tissues at the tops of the quads just starting to ease and lengthen. And you can just take your attention there in your breath, breathing right down into the lower belly. And you're still getting that nice little squash. The leg squeezing in against the abdomen. Nice, and then we're just going to start to engage these abdominal muscles a little bit. So draw the tummy down towards the floor. You're pulling the navel in towards the spine. We lift even in the pelvic floor, and we're just going to ease that right heel up away from the floor. So just lifting it 3-4 inches away from the floor. Nice strong right leg there. Drawing the knee in towards the leg. Lovely. Then we're going to start to bend and flex these toes. So flex the foot, point the toes away. Lovely, last one. Great, and then we can just pause there, keeping that heel raised away from the floor, keeping that feeling of drawing the abdominal muscles in towards you. If you want to deepen it a wee bit, you can release your arms out to the sides. Inhale and lift that left foot up nice and high. It's a nice strong posture, so you're really holding the whole of your abdomen down towards the floor. Really trying to minimise the gap between your back and the surface that you're lying on. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. We're going to draw the knees back in towards us on the exhale. Exhaling, bringing the whole of the leg in towards you. Lovely. And then we're going to take that left foot down onto the floor. Take that right leg and lift it up. Take the outer ankle to rest just above the left knee. And we've got that kind of figure 4 shape there. We've got a wee bit of an opening now happening in that right hip. It's a bit of a supine pigeon. We can start to rock a little bit from side to side, just to get that nice open space in the lower back. Okay, then eventually we're going to rock right over to the left side, so that foot, keep it in contact with your thigh, and just start to take the foot all the way down to the floor. So we get that lovely twist, lots of nice space opening up across the right side of the hip, up into the right ribs. Lots of room to breathe. And just relaxing your arms. Relax that lower leg. Just enjoy that sensation of kind of squeezing ourselves out. Lovely. One more breath there, and then we're going to bring ourselves back up to the centre. So come back up to the centre. Lifting both knees in towards the chest, and then we can swap sides. So we're going to keep the right leg in towards us this time. Stretch the left foot all the way out to the end of the mat. So we've got that left leg now, resting down on the floor, left heel connecting down with the earth. And that allows this right leg to just draw in closer and closer, stretching out those tissues at the tops of the quads. Nice deep breaths, allowing the diaphragm to help to massage those abdominal organs. Lovely, and then we're just going to start to ease that left heel away from the floor. So you're just going to squeeze the tummy down towards your mat. Keep the navel drawn in towards you. We're lifting the pelvic floor on a nice strong left leg there. Just lifting a few inches away from the floor. Then we can start to point and flex these feet. So we're going to point the toes away, flex the feet in. Just noticing all of the sensations in the legs, in the abdominal area. Lovely, one more. Great. Now if you want to go a wee bit deeper, we can just rest these arms out to the side. Inhale, lift that right leg up nice and high. So reaching up, but keeping that lovely contact down through the back of the body into the floor. So you've got that nice, powerful drawing down of the abdominal muscles. And you breathe down. Lovely. Then we're going to exhale, bring the legs in towards us. Take that right foot now down onto the floor, lift the left foot up. We're going to take the outside of the left ankle, bring it to rest just above the knee. So we're in that kind of figure 4 shape, beginnings of a supine pigeon pose. Great, so we rock from side to side. You really feel the lower back. Be nice and spacious on the floor. Just eventually taking that foot all the way over to the right side. Try and keep the connection between the outer ankle and the base of the quads, bringing the side of the body down towards the floor. And you can relax your arms out to the sides. And now just feeling the sensations all the way down the left side of the body. So lots of room to breathe in the left ribs. Lots of extra space in that left hip. Relax across the heart. Relax across the collarbones. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. One more nice deep breath there. And then we're going to rock all the way back up to the centre. Bring in both feet now down onto the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side. We find ourselves in a nice supine Baddha Konasana. So we're just letting gravity help these adductors to get a lovely stretch. You can turn your palms up towards the ceiling and relax the shoulders, or relax across the heart. And just return to noticing your breath. So when you're breathing in, the tummy fills, rises up. When you're breathing out, the tummy empties again, subsides back down towards the floor. You're not sure if your tummy's doing that, just bring your hands back onto the lower belly. Take some nice inhales into the hands. Exhaling and relaxing back down again. It's worth paying a wee bit of attention to that, making sure that you're breathing in and filling the belly. Breathing out and relaxing. One more nice deep breath there. And then we're going to get ready to lift these legs back into the centre. So pop a hand underneath each thigh, help the knees up towards the centre, wiggle the feet out to the sides, and just let the knees stack in against each other. A little pyramid with the knees so that the legs can completely relax. Okay, now let's turn ourselves into a nice long shape again. So take the feet all the way down to the end of the mat, both feet going this time. And we're going to take the arms and lift them above the head and just take an elbow in each hand. So you get that lovely opening across the shoulders and the chest, the underarms. I'm going to relax there. Just allowing those shoulders to open. You can have the chin tucked in gently towards the throat, so you've got a wee bit of extra length at the back of the neck. And there's a nice little gap between your lower back and the floor. And now it's time to get ourselves up to seated. So let's come and sit up in a nice comfortable position. And we were talking a wee bit earlier about focus, so I'm going to introduce you to a nice mudra called hakini mudra, which can help a little bit with focus. So all you need to do, very simple, let your elbows rest in near your ribs, and let's press the fingertips together, just each fingertip in the left hand to its corresponding fingertip in the right hand. And we're just going to sit here with a nice tall spine. Let the shoulders relax. Let the shoulder blades just sink down the back of your body towards the waist. Let your breathing deepen and lengthen a little bit as you press these fingertips in towards each other. We're just focusing on having a nice tall spine, so your eyes can gently relax or even close if you're okay with that. That light pressure coming from your arms, helping your fingertips to press together and focusing in on the breath. So anytime you feel a wee bit distracted or scattered, your attention's a bit all over the place, you can use this nice little mudra, hakini mudra, in conjunction with your breath, to just help you to come back to a place of focus, helping us to be a wee bit more effective. Just a couple more breaths there. Focusing in on the feeling of the fingers pressing against each other and the breath passing in and out of the body. Nice, okay. Then we can open the eyes again, release the fingers, move the hands, move the fingers a wee bit just to release them off if they need that. And let's see if we can bring a nice little twist into our practice now. So take a nice big inhale and lift your arms up high overhead. Nice tall spine. And then exhale and take both hands down towards the left side of your body. Keep that tall spine and just help yourself gently to twist round, looking over the left shoulder. And the nice big inhale again, back to the centre, tall spine. And exhaling, other side. Inhale, lifting up. Both sit bones still firmly attached to the floor. Exhaling as you twist around to the left. You can let the head and the neck just fall around. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, coming back to the centre. Bring your hands down to the legs and we'll swap the legs over. So whichever one you've got in front, tuck it in behind. You've got the other one in front now. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, over to the left. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling to the right. Noticing how it feels to have that other leg in front now. Inhaling. You probably started with your legs crossed in the most comfortable way for you. It might not be quite as comfortable as it was. Inhaling. Last one, exhaling. Gentle twist round to the right, just letting your head and neck follow round, both sit bones still on the floor. Lovely. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling back to the centre. Right, let's take the feet out in front of us a little bit. Soles of the feet on the floor. We're going to give ourselves a nice gentle opening in the lower back. So nice tall spine. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, and you're bringing your tummy, then your ribs, then your chest down onto those thighs. And just bringing yourself to drape over the legs. So you get that lovely feeling of spaciousness in the lower spine. Having a wee breath or two there. Let the head and the neck relax too. And then we're going to inhale, bring ourselves back up, tall spine again, take a wee lean back in the hands for a little counter pose, fingers pointing forward, squeeze those shoulder blades together, open up through the front of the heart, and you can keep your gaze straight ahead or you can lift the chin up and open the throat. Just depends on how your neck is feeling in this moment. Lovely, bringing us back up, another little forward fold. We can take the feet a bit further out in front of us this time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling again, it's still tummy, ribs, chest, coming down onto the legs. So we've still got that lovely feeling of openness in the lower back, and then just draping ourselves in this nice Paschimottanasana variation. Nice deep breaths. The whole spine nice and long, really focusing on that space in the lower back. Lovely. Inhaling, bring the spine back to upright again. Another little counter pose. Take your hands into the floor. We can go a wee bit deeper this time. Just press the feet into the floor and lift the bottom up. So you're really getting into the shoulders there. And just like the last time, you can either tip the head back or keep the chin tucked in, depending on what's most comfortable for you. One more nice deep breath. And then we'll set ourselves back down. Lots of control, back down to seated. And then this time, if your back's feeling okay, we'll go into a deeper Paschimottanasana. Inhaling, exhaling. Imagine I'm dragging you out by the fingertips. Bring the hands out as far as they'll go. Just bring them down to rest wherever they land. And it's still, again, tummy, ribs and chest coming down. Take your heart towards your toes. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. So we've got a couple of options for our counter pose. Coming back up again. You can take the soles of the feet onto the floor and press into the hands, or you can have the feet together and point the toes into the floor and lift up. You decide what one's the best one for you today. And you also decide about the head, if you're keeping it tucked in or taking the head back. Lifting those hips nice and high for the last couple of breaths. Great. And then exhaling, down we come. Back, down to the floor. Lovely. Let's roll over onto our hands and knees so we can move a couple of cat and cow movements to get ourselves nice and comfortable in the back of the body. So we're going to start to press the tops of the feet and the knees and the hands into the floor. Exhale, push away from the floor, arch your back like a cat. And when it's time to inhale, softening down, drawing the heart through your arms, let the elbows bend back towards your thighs a little bit. And off we go again. Exhaling. And inhaling. Just move in time with your own breath. If your breath's a little bit faster or slower than mine, you might want to move at a slightly different pace. Last one. Arching up away from the floor. And inhaling, softening down towards the floor. Lovely. Come back to a nice neutral spine, so everything's kind of parallel to your mat. Then tuck your toes under behind and let's sink the hips back towards the heels so we get that really nice stretch into the undersides of the feet. So really focusing in on those sensations now in the feet. Might be quite intense. Feel those tissues stretching and opening. Taking some nice deep breaths there. Lovely. And bringing ourselves back up again. Let's start moving through the spine again. So arching away from the floor like a cat. Exhaling, drawing your ribs away from the floor. Inhaling, opposite way. Nice big deep breath in. Drawing the heart through the arms. Exhaling, pressing down towards the floor. Back of the heart opens as the ribs lift up away from your t-shirt. Inhaling, softening through, maybe a wee bend in those elbows. Last one, exhaling. And inhaling. Coming back to a nice neutral spine again. And then we're going to sink down into child's pose this time. So big toes together, separate the knees a wee bit so you've got a bit more space. Sink the hips back towards the heels, sinking down into Balasana. Utthita Balasana with the arms out in front. Lovely, let's bring ourselves back up again. So we're going to do a little bit of strengthening work in the tops of the shoulders and the arms. A little bit of dolphin dip. So what to do is bring your forearms back down onto the floor and then check that you've not let your elbows separate too far away from each other. Just get a hold of your forearms so you can tell what the distance between the elbows should be. Place them on the floor there and then clasp your hands together, interlace the fingers and just tuck that wee pinky finger that's on the bottom in to the cup of your hands so that it doesn't get squashed. And we're just going to shift the weight forward and back in time with the breathing. Keep your elbows glued to the floor and we're going to exhale as we shift our weight forward, press into those forearms and elbows, exhale all the way forward and then inhale and draw yourself back up again. Exhaling, nice space across the backs of your shoulders. Inhaling, pressing into the floor and coming forward. Exhaling. Inhaling. And we're really focusing on building up some strength in the upper body. That'll help us with postures further on down the line. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back up. One more of these. Exhaling forward. Pressing into the floor, inhaling all the way back up. And take yourself all the way back to child's pose again. So it's big toes together, knees apart. And this time just take the hands down by the sides of the legs and let the arms relax there. And we're going to bring the arms, keeping the head down, bring the arms up above the head, on the floor, palms together, elbows on the floor, and just bend the arms at the elbows, palms together, and just take those palms over towards the back of the head. So you get a wee stretch now into those triceps that were doing all the work for you a minute ago when you were doing your dolphin dips. Lovely. We're going to release ourselves from there. Okay, so since we're down on our hands and knees, let's do a little bit more work there. Do a wee bit of an introduction to camel pose. Okay, so coming up onto the knees, tuck your toes in behind you. So you've got the toes tucked on the floor for a bit of support. And this means that we don't have to reach too far back when we start reaching towards our heels. We want to give ourselves a wee bit of support with the hands, the first couple, to see how it feels and see how our back's doing at the moment. Okay, so what we want to do is really anchor down through the hands. So you've got that lovely ledge in your lower back there. Just pressing down with your hands. And then we're going to inhale and lift the heart up, lift the base of the sternum up towards the ceiling. Anchoring down the whole time through the hands, through the knees, down to the earth. And then exhale and release. Inhaling, anchoring down through those hands again. Reaching up with the sternum, shoulders relaxed. Lifting up, maybe pushing the pelvis forward a little bit if your lower back's feeling okay, if you're happy with this. And exhaling, releasing. Sticking the bottom out a wee bit for a wee bit of a counter pose. Inhaling, reaching up again, and we can carry on doing exactly that move if that's what your back's happy with tonight. Or on the next one we can get the arms involved in the motion and make it a bit of a swimming camel. So if you're okay to go a wee bit deeper, we're going to inhale, lift the right arm up, keep that wee bit of pressure down through the left, exhale back down. Really starting to bend, stick the bottom out a wee bit further this time, swap hands, inhaling, lifting up. So you're anchoring down, And reaching up, exhaling. Inhaling, reaching up, exhaling back down. Other side again, inhaling, feeling that wee bit of stretch up the fronts of the quads now, exhaling. Now if that's enough for now, you can sink back down into child's pose and just ease out the lower back. If you want to go a wee bit further, we can take the hand away from the lower back and take it towards the heel on the next one. So we're going to inhale, reaching up with the right hand, reaching down with the left, down towards that raised heel. So you've got a wee bit of anchoring down and reaching up, exhaling, really bending this time as you swap hands. Right hand down, left hand up, exhaling. Using those nice abdominal muscles that we warmed up earlier on. Inhaling and exhaling. Have a swimming motion here. Leading with the left thumb. Exhaling. Last one here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Swapping sides. Inhaling. And exhaling. Lovely, right. Really sticking the bottom out. You can flatten those toes down to the floor now. Sinking back down. Nice and gradually to your child's pose. Take the hands down by the sides of the feet and rest there for a couple of breaths. Now, like we said before, if your head doesn't easily reach the floor, you can grab a cushion, pop it under the head to make it more comfortable for your neck, or you can use the hands and arms as a little cushion. Just making this posture feel nice for you. Feeling that wee bit of expansion across the lower back, from hip to hip. Broadening, easing out the lower back. Two or three more breaths there. And then when it's time for us to start moving again, we're going to bring the hands back onto the floor, tuck the toes under, lift ourselves up into a nice downward dog. So the hips are going up high, heels are heading down towards your mat. You might just want to paddle the feet, paddle those heels a couple of times and really get some nice stretchiness into the backs of those knees. And then we're going to come to be nice and still, come right up onto the balls of the feet. And then exhale and sinking the heels down towards the floor. Nice deep breaths. Pressing into those hands, widening the fingers away from each other. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to standing, make a few little baby steps in towards your hands. Coming through that nice forward fold Uttanasana, inhaling, bringing ourselves up to standing. Lovely. Now, let's think again a wee bit about that focus we were talking about. Let's take the feet nice and wide. We're going to turn the toes out and bend the knees. Just going to take the tailbone down towards the floor. So we're sinking down towards the floor, not sticking the bottom out behind you, but really feeling as if you're coming to sit down. Sitting down, tailbone towards the floor. Widening those knees and sinking down. And then let's bring the fingertips back together in hakini mudra. So we give ourselves this lovely point of focus. Tall spine. Nice deep breaths. Relaxing the shoulders. And then just as a little counter pose, let's fold forward into Prasarita Padottanasana. So pressing into the feet, turning the heels out so that your feet are now parallel to the sides of your mat. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, folding forward. Let's just go halfway for the first one. So we've got a nice long spine, heart parallel to the floor. Just gazing down at the point below your nose. A wee softness in those knees so they're not pressing too far back. Lovely. Inhaling. bringing ourselves back up again. Turn those toes out again, sinking down once again into goddess or horse stance. Tailbone heading for the floor, maybe you'll sink a bit lower this time. The hips have opened up a little. Press the fingertips together. Tall spine. Nice deep breaths. So use your breath to help bring some strength into these legs. Feel the good connection with the outside edges of the feet. The knees roll out and back. Lovely. Pressing into those feet, bringing ourselves back up. Heading forward, this time with a wee shoulder opener. So we're going to inhale, open the arms out to the sides and round behind your body. Interlace the fingers behind you. Push the knuckles down towards the floor and reach up with the heart. Exhale, folding forward. And you can go halfway again if that's what your back would prefer, or you can go all the way down with the crown of the head pointing towards the floor. And once you've decided how far you're going forward, let's lift these hands up away from the lower back. Start to work into the shoulders a wee bit. Bend the elbows, circling the hands around 2 or 3 times in each direction, just to really warm up those shoulders. And then coming back to the centre, nice and still, lifting the hands away from the lower back. Breathing the whole time, keeping that wee bit of softness in the knees. Lovely, bringing the hands back down to the lower back. Draw the tummy in and inhale, nice and strong, bringing ourselves all the way back up to upright again. One more time into goddess, so we're just going to turn those toes out again, bending the knees rather, sinking down, bringing these hands up in front again. Nice deep breaths. Focusing on the feeling of the breath, moving in and out of the body, feeling the outer edges of the feet on your mat, feeling a bit of work in the adductors and the inner thighs. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. Pressing into the feet, inhaling. Turn the toes one more time, going forward into Prasarita, and we'll bring a wee twist into it this time. So let's inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding forward. Bringing yourself down towards the floor, and just take your right hand and place it down on the floor underneath your nose. And if that's too far to reach down, you can always grab a little block or a cushion, whatever's handy for you. Big chunky book, have it underneath your nose, and that gives you something to press into and reach away from. Or have the hand down on the floor, your left hand on top of it, inhaling and opening up the whole of the left side of the body. Exhaling back down to the centre. Inhaling, reaching up with the other hand. Exhaling back down. Keep the tummy drawing in towards you. Inhaling. Lots of space. Exhaling. Inhale. Right hand. Exhaling. One more time to each side. Lovely twist. Exhaling. And exhaling. Lovely. Let's bring ourselves back up again. So we're going to come up in 2 breaths. Inhaling, bringing your hands up to the waist till you've got a nice flat back. And then exhaling and inhaling. Soften those knees all the way back up again. Lovely, well done. Okay, so we're going to take a big step up to the top of the mat. These nice strong legs. Bringing the inside edges of the feet together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Let's vinyasa down to the floor. Inhale, lifting the head, stretching the back out. Exhaling, taking the feet all the way to the back of your mat. So we're in a nice plank here. And then gently down onto the knees. Inhaling forward, bend the elbows in close to the ribs, lifting up into a nice upward dog. And then we're just going to cross the feet behind us, cross the ankles, roll back towards your sit bones, and then we're going to get all the way down onto the floor. Take ourselves down to lying on the mat again. So bring your knees up towards your chest. Let's have a couple of rocks from side to side. Make sure everything's feeling really good after all the postures that we've been doing there. And that nice breath work. And we're going to take ourselves into a nice supine twist. So just stretch your arms out either side of you. And we're going to draw the tummy in towards us for a wee bit of support. And then exhale, both knees over to the right side. And let them come down to the floor. And if they don't comfortably come down to the floor, one leg's floating, you can always grab a wee cushion from nearby, tuck it underneath the bottom leg or between the knees, whatever would make that a nice, comfortable, relaxing twist to be in. And we're just going to relax there for a few breaths. Bringing our breathing back to being nice and steady and relaxing. The arms further away from the shoulder blades, if that's comfortable. If your neck's feeling okay, you can look over towards your left hand. Lovely. I'm going to bring both knees back to the centre again. So draw the tummy in again for a wee bit of support. Lift those knees up and over. Rolling over to the other side. Both knees down to the left side. And again, pop a wee cushion under the legs, if that would help to make it that tiny bit more comfortable. And just wriggle your hands a bit further away from your shoulders. Feel the sensations up the right side of the body, now that you're relaxing down into the left side. And if it's okay for your neck, you can look over towards your right hand. Lots of room to breathe there in those ribs. 2 or 3 more breaths there. And then we'll get ourselves ready for a nice little inversion. So we can bring ourselves back to the centre, draw the tummy in again for a wee bit of support. And we've got a couple of options here. So just shuffle your buttocks a wee bit further away from your upper back, make sure you've got a nice long spine, and then we can either just have the feet lifting up away from the floor, so we've got that nice gentle inversion with the back safely on the floor. And if you're there and you want to deepen that a little bit, you might want to shuffle your fists underneath your sacrum there and lift from there. It can feel quite nice if you're working your way towards a deeper lift. Nice strong legs together. Or if you're wanting to go a wee bit further and your back and your neck are happy with it, we can lift up all the way into shoulder stance, which is rolling up, lifting the feet nice and high, strong legs, plenty of support from your hands, and the legs are lifting themselves up. And wherever you are, you're really tuning into your breath to see what the best position is for you. And listening into your breathing to find out when it's time to come back down. Easing gently back down onto the floor. So all of us now coming back down onto the floor, and we're going to get comfortable now and have a couple of minutes in Shavasana. So ideally you're lying stretched out on the floor, the feet all the way down to the end of the mat and the feet just flopping out to the sides. Palms turning up towards the ceiling and the whole body nicely relaxed. And you just stay there, resting in your Shavasana for a couple of minutes, letting the the work that you've just done sink into all your joints and your tissues. Feeling any sensations in the body, noticing if there's anywhere you could relax just that little bit more. Maybe you can let the legs relax, sink down towards the floor that little bit more. Maybe you could soften the abdomen. Relax the tops of the arms down towards the floor. Let your breath become more and more gentle, just the body breathing itself. Letting the face relax. All those little muscles around the eye sockets. Even the forehead and the scalp. Completely relaxed. Any little sounds come to your attention, just let them pass in and out of your awareness. Same with any thoughts that pop up. Just let them pass on. Turn to noticing how your breathing is. And we're just going to start to notice that little impulse to move coming back into the body. And we can take a few deeper breaths. And those little movements back into the body again. And just eventually rolling over onto the right side. Pausing there for 2 or 3 breaths. And when you're ready to, just pressing your hands into the floor. Bring yourself back up to sitting again. So we're back to sitting, feeling these sit bones securely fastened to the floor. A nice tall spine. And then we can chant one nice long Om just to close off the practice. Take a nice big inhale. And then another big inhale, lifting the hands up high overhead, bringing all that energy in towards us, drawing it down towards the heart centre, all the way down to Anahata, by the head. Thank you. Namaste. Well done.